we talked about listening, like radical listening.
Mm,
And I'm just like, I just listened to a little podcast on listening to your nudges, like with Matt.
cool.
And and also today, another thing about intuition, went into really deep about understanding your senses and your intuition, and um, the trouble we get ourselves in when we don't like do that. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, anyway, so it was funny. Today was about listening, and um, I think there's a message for me.
Yeah. I was funny. I was just talking to somebody this morning about that. It's like, you know, um, I think, there can be message, I think sometimes people have like um, things that happen in their lives, right? An experience that they have. And you can choose what you want to do with that experience. Do you want to look for a lesson, right? Or do you want to um, look for, uh, bad luck, kind of a thing, like, oh,
It
the world's out to get me? Or do you want to just not find anything at all? It was just life, whatever it could be,
was
right?
just what happened. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, whatever, people can take it any way. Someone's like, oh yeah, the universe is trying to teach me, and that's fine, whatever. I think it's just sometimes it's our perspective or what we're looking for in the moment. We'll notice things, especially if we're open to certain things, or we've been learning things before, and we'll find synchronicities, or we'll find patterns, or we'll find things. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think it's
Yeah.
also, I think it's, yeah. Because I mean, I remember I noticed like there was a woman that we used to uh, uh, yeah, we used to be around a lot more, and she was always, it seemed like everywhere we went, we'd go to the store, we'd go to the school, we'd go to church, we'd go to wherever we would go to, didn't matter. And she would always find somebody with a bad attitude, always find somebody that
Yeah.
was judging her, always find somebody that was this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, lady, I go to the same places. How is it that I never see these people? How is it that I never encounter these things that you encounter, and you go through like the most extreme versions of these things? I'm like, and then there was a time when I'm like, hang on a second, that's you. I mean, that's the way
Yeah.
you look at the world,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
and so of course you're going to see that. That's what you're putting out in the world, you
Exactly.
know,
This is
or or more to the
so,
point, so it
yeah.
could be that's what she sees, or maybe that's what she's getting because that's what she's putting out. I don't know. Could be maybe a little bit of each, but maybe she is getting a whole lot of judgment and side eye and hairy eyeball. I don't know. Maybe she is, or maybe she just sees it everywhere. I don't know which one it is, but I'm like, that's you. It's
But
a mirror,
yeah, it really is. And it's so funny. It's like everyone's kind of on the same channel of this understanding. Like this has been like really strong with me, that idea or that understanding of really, uh, we like we think that we're going out in the world and these people are acting on us,
right?
but really if we don't recognize our own paradigm and that we are bringing out and we're meeting other people with it, then there's something that's very missing. And to me, that's kind of the shift between third and fourth and fifth paradigm, like that real, like really being present and understanding and knowing that. Because in the third, that separateness, like thinking that that is interacting with against you, right, is a very, it's it's very present in the idea of separateness, security, and safety and lack, because I have to know what these other people are going to do because they can hurt me, they can kill me, they can make my life miserable,
Yeah,
or I can lose them. They can decide they don't want to be around me, those kinds of things. So it's really interesting to kind of see that stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
As far as me feeling and knowing what my paradigm is and really seeing it be reflected back to me. Like it's becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was just something that I noticed was very, it was one of my earlier kind of just notices. I was just like, wow, she's, this is, I mean, early on in my kind of journey, somebody had told me that, something like your outer world is a reflection of your inner world or something. There was this woman that I worked with for maybe a couple of months. I don't remember now. My brain gets fuzzy when I'm trying to remember durations of time. But and she had said that, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world or something very similar to that. And there were a lot of things that she said that I just was like, huh?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Because I
don't know what that means. Yeah.
I was just kind of, waking up, if you will, and I took her at face value, and I wasn't, saying, you're crazy lady kind of a thing, but I also didn't totally understand it. And it did seem kind of, weird to me. And, in so many of the things that she told me in those early days have since proven out to be like, they keep, becoming much more relevant to me and much more real to me and much more, I understand them more,
Yeah.
and, when
it's nice to know there are fellow people who have walked the path. I think before, a long time ago, there was this idea of, I'm walking this alone and I don't see anything around me. And even recently, all the time, there'll be these kind of little lights that kind of go off inside of me. And I'm like, oh my God, I've come across so many people that really have understood so many of these things in their consciousness. And I haven't been alone in this. Like we are all doing this together.